Arsenal against Manchester City. Arsenal are going to win coming off of the 3-3 draw against Southampton. The amount of time from the Queen's death to Arsenal City is 33 weeks. In Gematria, it's Masonry, that's 33. Rigged by the Freemasons, Masonry is 33. It is EPL, that's Gematria 33. The late Gooner, Arsenal fan, Queen Elizabeth. This title is going to be a tribute to the late Queen. How do we know that? The Queen was Queen for 70 years. Man City enter the match with 70 points. In Gematria, it is Arsenal, that's Gematria 70. And not only that, but the last match between Arsenal and Man City on February the 15th of 2023 to the rematch gives us the day duration of 70 days. So no coincidence that Man City have 70 points. That the Queen was Queen for 70 years. It is all synced up with the Queen. It's going to be 3 losses for Arsenal and 5 for Man City. 3 and 5, like the Gematria of Gunners, because Gunners is Gematria 35. So what do we get? 2016-17, Man City 6 losses. In 2016-17, his first year as manager. That's 2 losses, that's 8. That's 4, that's 12. 9 is 21. 6 is 27. 3 is 30. Pep Guardiola has lost 34 matches as the manager of Manchester City. In Gematria, the practice of coding letters and words into numbers, it is Arsenal FC, that's Gematria 34. Pep Guardiola's 35th loss as the manager of Manchester City is going to happen against the Gunners, because it is Gunners, that's Gematria 35. So that's how you know his 35th loss is coming. The Queen was coronated in the year 53. 5 losses for City, 3 for Arsenal. The Queen was born on, she died on 9/8/2022, which is a 23 5-day numerology. Man City dropping points, losing for the 5th time. 4 draws, 5 losses. Arsenal's last victory occurred on April the 1st against Leeds. It's Leeds at Gematria 45. Arsenal's last match against Southampton. Southampton is 45. Man City going to have 4 draws and 5 losses. Goal differential 49. The Invincibles, the 49 matches undefeated, was the last time Arsenal won the league. It is Man City's last loss that occurred on February the 5th against Tottenham. In the amount of time from their last loss to their next loss is 80 days. So to Arsenal win 3-2 to fit with that date duration to score 80 goals, or they can win 2-1 to score their 79th goal of the year to be a champion to win the title, because champion is Gematria 79, and then of course title itself is Gematria of 21. So that's what we see right there. And then the amount of wins for Arteta as manager, 9 in 2019-2020. His first victory was against Man United. 18, that's 27. 22, 49. So he has 72 wins as manager of Arsenal in the English Premier League. Last manager to win the Premier League, Arsene Wenger. Wenger, Gematria 72. He's going to win his 73rd match in the Premier League as Arsenal manager at Manchester, England. Manchester, England, Gematria 73. In Gematria, the practice of coding letters and words into numbers. So right there, Manchester, England, 73. Manchester City FC, Gematria 73. Arteta wins the crown, the Premier League crown, Gematria 73. Arteta's 73rd English Premier League victory as manager. So how many wins would this be since Arsene Wenger left Arsenal? They were at 23. We're at 41. We're at 23. We're at 23, 22. That's 45. 63, 75. Let's see. Since how many wins since Wenger left? So 21, 2018, 19, 21, then that's 31, that's 35, and then that's 53, and then that's 75. So Arsenal have 98 wins ever since Wenger left the team. It is in Gematria Champions Gematria 98, Gunners Gematria 98, the 99th win since Arsene Wenger left Arsenal. Elizabeth Alexandria Mary is Gematria of 99. Arsenal's next match after City is against Chelsea. So that's 5 losses for City, 3 for Arsenal. What we get is the Queen Coronated in year 53. Also Chelsea, Gematria 53. 5 losses for City, 3 for Arsenal. Six draws, 4 losses. If Arsenal come back to win, it's Manchester City, that's Gematria 64. Let me type in Queen Elizabeth Alexandria Mary. Let's see the day that she became queen. So 1952, that's 71. 6 is 77. 2, that's 79 day numerology. When if Arsenal win 2-1, but then if Arsenal win 3-2, she is queen regent of 32 sovereign states. Very interesting how this ends up being the case. So Arsenal are going to win during the year for the Gunners. This would be for the year. I'm going to go in reverse. So right there, 43 matches played for Arsenal before the Man City game. Champion Gematria 43. And Arsenal FC Gematria 79. So if Arsenal win 2-1, score their 79th goal. That's what we see right there. 43 matches entering the game. Champions Gematria 43. The crown is Gematria 43. It is Mikel Arteta. That's Gematria 43. It is Elizabeth, that's Gematria 43, and then Champions has Gematria 44. That's what we see right there in the 44th match of the season. 43 goal differential, that's the Gematria of Elizabeth, that's the Gematria of the Crown, that's Gematria Champion. It's going to be 44 like Gematria Champions. Princess Elizabeth of York was what she was born as. Born in the year 52, the 52nd match between Arsenal and Man City. That's a very fine, detailed. Let's see if Arteta against Man City loads. He now has a win in 7 losses, Mikel Arteta against Manchester City. So Charles III is the replacement. He's going to be coordinated on May the 6th. Charles III is Gematria 93. If Arsenal win out, it'd be 93 points. They can win the league against Brighton. Brighton's Gematria 93. I really like Arsenal to win out right here. 18 points for the season to win out, 93 points. It all lines up with Charles III. It all lines up with Brighton. So let's see right here. Let's see the point total ever since the Queen died. It doesn't show the goals since then, but it shows the point total. Just have a little memory problems here, but anyway. 14 goals for Arsenal. Then the Queen died. So Arsenal had 15 points. They're going to get their 78th points. Arsenal are in full control because, remember, Arsenal, when they win their 78th points, they get their 78 points when they beat Erling Bro Haaland. Erling Bro Haaland is Gematria 78. What about the Invincibles? What about Gematria of the Invincibles? The Invincibles is Gematria 70. Remember, 70 days from Man City, Arsenal to the next match, the Queen. For 70 years, 70 points for Man City against Arsenal. The Invincibles, it's definitely starting to add up to an Arsenal victory. So 15 points before the Queen died. So they're going to get their 63rd points. They'll pick up their 62nd point to beat Man City because Queen's Gematria 62. And then, of course, Pep Guardiola is Gematria 62. So Arteta, he's going to get the win against Pep Guardiola this year. So they had 43 points at the New Year. They can pick up their 35th points since the New Year. Gunners is Gematria 35. 33 points during the World Cup break. I mean, we see a lot of 33 connotated with Arsenal as it ties into the Queen, as it ties into a 3-3 draw against Southampton. What we see there with 33 and 78. 45 points later for Arsenal's next victory since Leeds in coming off the game against Southampton. And then what we get is 4 draws, 5 losses for City. Arsenal dropped points against the Saints. Saints is Gematria of 19. After the match against the Saints, Arsenal can win the match to win their first league title in 19 years. Their first league title in 19 years. Pep Guardiola is Gematria of 19. The Reds were the last team to win the Premier League. Okay, so 15 points, 14 goals. Kind of liking the 2-1 score right now. 65 goals since then, 66. I mean, Charles Gematria 66. We can see the 80th goal for Arsenal 80 days after they defeated Tottenham, or they lost to Tottenham. Arteta is 101st win as manager. I'm not sure what's significant about 101 quite yet. Anyway, let's see how many wins this would be for Arsenal since the Queen's death. So this is 5 wins in the Premier League. That's 4, that's 7, that's 9, that's 11, that's 13, beating Leicester. The 19th win since Queen Elizabeth's death in the Premier League is going to happen against Pep Guardiola. Pep is Jamachi 19. This is where I see Arsenal win the league. On the 19-day numerology, not only do Arsenal win the league 19 years, their 19th Premier League win since the death of the Queen is going to happen against Man City. On 26/4/30, Arsenal win the 30th game of the season. Again, the Queen died. Charles is the new king. It is Charles that's Jamachi 30. This would be Arsenal's 30th win of the season. In all competitions. So how about the wins? 18, 19, 24. Oh yeah, it'd be Arsenal's 25th win in all competitions since the Queen's death. Arsenal, Jamachi 45. Man City play against Fulham next. Fulham's Jamachi 25. Fulham's 25. Fulham FC is 70. Man City remain at 70 points before taking on against Fulham. So 18 in the Premier League. We are getting 5 in Europa and 1 in the FA Cup. So this is going to be their 25th win since the Queen's death. Man City's last loss on February the 5th, 2-5. Tottenham's Jamachi 35, Pep Guardiola's 35th loss. So yeah, so Arsenal are going to win the Premier League right here. It's all set up for them to win. Let's see if anything else. Place of death. Also, Scotland is Jamachi 45, or place of death. Aberdeenshire, Scotland is Jamachi 93, Arsenal's 93rd points of the year. They can finish the year undefeated, winning all 6 matches, 6-6, to take the title, with Charles' coronation coming up. That's what I think they're going to do. That's what I think they're going to do right here. Anything else I would like to add? I don't know. Well, Man City playing the FA Cup tomorrow, so, you know, it is going to be quite a shocker, though, when they do lose a match again. But I would probably go with 2-1. I wonder how many goals this would be ever since the death of the Queen for the entire year. So 63 goals, 63 since the Queen's death in the league. Well, I'll probably go with their 80th goal since the Queen died. To beat Tottenham, to, as Man City loses their next match 80 days after losing to Tottenham.